Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to leave this out. We got this far, don't know how. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna let it rain. Tonight we gonna let it rain. Tonight we gonna let it rain. Just like the sunrise, we gonna let it rain. Just like a spark that's breaking out. Can't make a stop, can't turn back now. We know that there's no room for doubt. No, we can't turn back now. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna let it rain. Tonight we gonna let it rain. Tonight we gonna let it rain. Just like the sunrise, we gonna let it rain.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome to tonight's live. Welcome on in. It got hot in here all of a sudden, guys. Look at that. Got hot in here. I was perfectly fine a minute ago. I have a little fan here, though. Got me a little fan. I'm good to go. I actually have a little portable fan too. I could always use if I get too warm, but it's the lighting in here, which this one's that wasn't even on me. That's fine. That's fine. But welcome in, everybody. It's good to see you. Played the music a little bit there for you guys. So welcome in. Hey, Ladybug. Yeah, we did get some smoke. It was yesterday morning. I took a walk from like the wildfires. They said that we were going to get some, but I didn't think because we're like South Ohio, Southern Ohio. So I didn't think that we would get anything, but we did. We had it was like a smog. It was like a smoky morning. And we were walking the dogs and I looked up at the sky and I saw the sun and it was orange. It wasn't like yellow. You know what I mean? Like it was an orangey color, like more of like a sunset than like a sunrise, look. I don't know how to explain it. If that makes sense. But Vincent said it looked perfectly fine to him, but not to me. I didn't think so. And I think I talked to someone like that later that day and they said that they thought the same thing. So, hey, baby girl. Hey, Lee, dancing on in here. Hey, Crystal. It's good to see you guys. Welcome in, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Hey, Tammy. That's what's causing. Yeah, that's what it is. And it is amazing how far south it's going. I was surprised. I didn't exactly know where they were coming from. I knew that somebody had wildfires and we had to look it up because I was like, I don't remember where it was. I just remember hearing about it. And Vincent's used to that stuff. He's from California. I'm not. I'm from Ohio. Well, I'm from Philadelphia originally, but, we migrated down here, which I think my brother might have migrated up there for vacation. Didn't even tell me. Didn't even invite me. We might have our first argument ever. First argument ever may be happening after 40 years. Hey, Chris. There's a lot of thick smoke in Northeast Ohio. Yeah. It was hard to breathe yesterday. They said to wear a mask. Well, they didn't say that. like verbatim, but they said that like the air quality was going to be really terrible and that if you needed to stay indoors, stay indoors. And I was like, well, I think that everyone, if you have to go out, just wear a mask. So it like you weren't breathing in whatever, whatever it was exactly. Okay, I do want to watch that. I'm like, I don't want to watch that. I thought that was something else. Okay, so we're going to talk about the Cider family tonight. But before we do that, my name is Tanya. This is Titanium Built True Crime. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you guys for joining me tonight. Thanks for spending your Saturday with me. Let me know if you guys have any fun plans for this weekend or if you've done anything fun. I think the most exciting thing that's happened to me is I replaced a cup that was stolen. I guess it was stolen. I left it somewhere and then someone took it. I guess that's that's considered stolen. So I had to replace it. And I don't like replacing things like that when you already had it. And then you had to I don't know. But I got a replacement so my brain feels better. My brain feels better. It's a blind thing, I think. When I lose something, I go nuts. So we had an air quality alert too. We did too. Yeah, we did too. So if you guys don't mind, will you take a second, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I promise it'll be worth it. Hit the bell icon. That way you don't miss out on any content. I did post a video today. I didn't get a lot of views, but that's okay because we're going to go over it again tonight. So how about that? Joke's on you guys. No, I'm just kidding. But thank you guys for for the people that did watch it. I don't know if you guys got the notification or not, but I did put out a pre-recorded video. It was Elizabeth Cider's. I saw it on Facebook. Actually, I did. Yeah, I was over in the other part of my place, and I was like, "Is this her?" Because when I first saw it, I was like, I didn't doubt it. And then after I was in here, doing the pre-recorded video, I had to do it like 3 times. So if you guys could go give that a watch, that would actually be really nice because I did have to record that thing. It was like 4 or 5 times because as soon as I was done recording it, I was at the end. I was getting ready to say goodbye to you guys. Vincent comes hauling in, sounded like a torpedo was coming through the house. And I couldn't hit the mute button because for some reason when he shut the front door, it must have jiggled one of my wires loose. I was like, oh my gosh. So I got on the video because then I watched it like 3 times and I'm like, is this her? I'm like, she's not wearing the same shirt. I'm like, because normally the jails don't give you clothes like that. Like they don't have just like street clothes hanging around. I mean, they might, but usually people that are, they usually belong to somebody in the jail, right? But that's the only thing I was like, is that what it is? So I don't know. We're going to watch it tonight. I guess it is right. Because Plunder True Crime got it. And she always is getting the FOIAs for all of the body cam footage for a lot of cases. So I trust her. So apparently this person that had it, got it from Plunder, I believe. I believe they got it from Plunder. Or maybe they put in the FOIA and they got it themselves. I don't know. I didn't even know that Plunder had a second channel for this. Was it you, Tammy, that told me? I think it was Tammy that told me. Yeah, so Plunder has her regular true crime channel, and then she has a body cam video channel. And I'm like, say no more. Let me go over and check it out. She has a lot of videos. I didn't even realize that. Yeah, like I said, she had a second channel. So we'll watch those. I'll give you commentary as we're watching them. It should be. I'll pretend like I'm them or something. I don't know. I'll make it a kind of funny because we got to laugh where we can in this case. And then there is new reporting from 10 TV, and they are doing like part 1, part 2 of or an episode each week of this case. So we'll listen in on that. And then after that, we'll maybe go over to the Facebook page. There's a lady that wrote out like 15 paragraphs. And I didn't even get through all of it because I think half of it, it wasn't factual. I think she's like going down a rabbit hole and people are like, great post. And I'm like, well, that wasn't confirmed. Neither was that. So, it's going to be a fun night. I thought it was. And it's good to see baby girl. Look at that. I got Ladybug, baby girl in here. And I talked to Mary Beth earlier. Well, I talked to her. She didn't talk to me. I commented back to her. But let's see. Where should we start? We'll start with the body cam. Have you guys all seen them? Because, I mean, we're going to watch them again. Actually, I think we can. Is it just the 3 videos? I think it is. I could just go to her actual page. Let me go to her page. Let me put this in the chat. That's her body cam video channel. And then I was going to say, I think it's just the 3. Maybe not. Oh, no, there's more. So, oh, no, there's a lot more. Oh, so you get us. Okay. Now, I wonder, because I just saw the 3 videos and I was like, this is probably just 3. I want to make sure that you can all see them. You see them all or whatever. I'm wondering if she broke one down into like multiple videos. That's what I was wondering. So, okay, we're going to start right here. We're just going to start with, looks like the Gary Siders, senior, junior, both of them. Google has accessed your screen 2196 times in the past 90 days. Wow. That's a lot. Almost 2,200 times I've shared my screen with you guys in the last 90 days. I didn't even think to check her to do that. I didn't think about I didn't even know she had this channel. Because I went to our regular channel. I was like, I don't see it. And then I typed in body cam. I couldn't even wait for Tammy to write me back. She was probably writing me right back too. So this is 10 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and play it actually, because it doesn't have any audio. Now, I wonder why they don't, because normally when we get body cam videos from inside of jails, they do have audio. Now, maybe they redacted it all because of the fact that, I'm going to speed it up a little bit too, because I don't think it'll be like 1.25. Usually they don't, redact that, but I guess they're probably redacting it because they have the gag order. So they look a lot different in person, in my opinion. Well, I mean, you can't really see Gary Sr. down there on the floor, but like Gary Jr. here, I don't know, like his face made I just didn't picture, he looks a little different than I would have thought the head went with, the body. Look, his dad's just watching him. I mean, you know what I mean? Being a parent, watching your kid, just watching your kid get arrested and you're getting arrested right along with them. 16 counts, child endangerment. Can you imagine that? Your kids are grown. You get them out of the house. Nope. And then they come back, bring 16 kids with them. You was in your PJs, it looks like. Looks like it was the PJ pants. I don't know what time in the morning they busted in there. You know what I mean? This doesn't have a time on it, which is weird. Plunder, you need to get your... Is this her little thing down here in the corner? Oh, you can't even hardly see that girl. Her watermark needs to be bigger. I think that's what that is. Okay. So I'm assuming, like I said in my my video, that they all came in without shoes. I'm assuming that, and that's why they all got the jail shoes on already. But then the rest of their clothes are like, street clothes, like what you wear when you come in. Would not want to be that officer touching him. He looks like he smells bad. I'm sorry, I'm going to say it. He just does. He does. I mean, but I don't think that any of them really cared about hygiene there. I don't think that was like on the high, the high priority. So this is her body cam video channel. This one was a little bit different. I don't think they don't usually shower them. They usually shower them and then put them in jail clothes, because they'll give you a delousing bath. So, like, they wouldn't want to put you back in your dirty clothes after they give you the shower. They usually pack up your shit. Like, you take your stuff off and they're putting it in a bag while you're getting in the shower. And they're taking your clothes while you're getting deloused. So I think that they just came in maybe without shoes on. Now, the wheelchair, I'm assuming it wasn't, I mean, was it his? Was it not his? I can't read the back of it. I'm making myself bigger ain't gonna be able to make me read the back of it. But if I go over here. That looks like maybe their wheelchair. But I can't tell. I was trying to see if I could read the back of it because mine says nothing on the back. Actually, I don't think it says anything on the back, but I think it says it's like the Drive brand, I think. Yeah, it is. Mine was like specially made for me. Like in the hospital, they like measured my legs and measured everything for me to like be placed there. Like to be placed in the wheelchair because, you know, I had to be in a wheelchair for a while. But this one looks like it's borrowed because it even looks like it's a double, like it's bigger, just in case it's a bigger person. Yeah, none of these have audio. And this is, so they just took Gary Jr. back, probably just to start giving him the delousing bath. And that's some of his stuff. And he's going to go take it to him and be like, put the rest of her stuff in here. I think they're just back in this hallway checking them and like making sure they have no weapons, no drugs, no drug paraphernalia. And she's probably asking him, can you stand? Well, can you take your pants to your legs then, to the bottom of your legs? That's what it looks like she's saying. I'm going to have to check you. He looks like he's being humbled right now. Like he looks like he's having a panic attack. I don't know why, but it does. Like looks like she keeps going to like search him and he doesn't like, I don't know, he doesn't want her to maybe. Like she'll like go back to like do that and then she like keeps coming up forward. I don't know, but don't they normally have men do the guys and the women do the females? Oh. What's he want? Okay? I want to know what's going on right here. Look at these two guys. She's like, I don't want to be here anymore. Look at her watch. She looks at her watch. When I get out of here tonight, I'm going to the bar. What are you doing? Just kidding. Yeah, Chris, I thought so too. I think he was walking around barefoot. I think they got him early in the morning. That's when they usually go in there. I mean, and we're going to talk about that on our next live. I want to dig into that BCI and the sheriff's department because they don't usually just go to any house for just anything, and definitely not public indecency. They don't team up for public indecency charges. So that's a whole lie. They were doing something else, or they had suspicion that these people were doing something else, and that's why they got those warrants. I want to see those warrants so bad, but we have to wait. See, look, she went to go get herself that big old man. She's like, I'm gonna have someone come help me pick you up. We got to do it, sir. Now, see, property of not him. Okay. You ain't going to do this to me, old man. No, you ain't going to do this to me. If that is not your property, if that is not your wheelchair, you can stand up and walk 2 feet to a wall. If I could when I was in a wheelchair, you can when you're out of one. If he probably uses a cane or something like that. I haven't paused it. I was so mad. But like, do you guys think that? Like, this is it. This is the jail property. Unless they didn't let him bring his own wheelchair, which why wouldn't they let him do that? That would be weird. Maybe they wouldn't though. Maybe they said, we got you, bro, because maybe they can't have wheelchairs just hanging around at the police station. And you know what I mean? In the back where they keep the clothing and things like of that nature. Maybe I'm wrong about it. But if he's just using a cane to get around, I want to know what the people at the Dollar Tree think. Dollar Tree people or dollar store general people, did he have a cane or was he in the wheelchair? Because I don't see Christine or Lynn, that's what she likes to go by. I don't see her really being a pusher, like pushing them around or anything. She just doesn't seem like the type that would want to be fooled with. And when we saw him on the front porch, there was no wheelchair around him, and he was sitting in the chair beside her. So I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm probably going to hell for all that, but oh, now I got to go all the way back down. Okay, that's where we just watched. I think this is both of them. Okay. And then this is when they come in. But I don't think we need to watch this one if we see these ones. Okay, we'll see see how it's like. Okay. Because I really didn't know that was Lynn. If you watched my video from earlier today, I was like, wait. I was like, was that Lynn? Because it's at the end, but it's at the beginning, but I didn't see it. And so like it was like playing again or something. And I was like, what? Okay. So this is going to be Lynn and Elizabeth. Sorry. My brain just shut off. I mean, and she's got her shoes on. So she came prepared for, I guess she had her shoes on that morning for some reason. Because normally when they arrest you, they just arrest you, whatever you're in, Like if you say, can I go get some pants? Hell no, you ain't going to get no pants. You know what I mean? Like, because they don't want you picking up a weapon or something. Wow, they had to shackle her. She's saying, take off your shoes. Let me check on your feet. We'll give them back to you when you leave, if you ever leave. Now, this correctional institution, I swear it's the same one as the prison, or it's up at the same location, maybe. I'm going to have to figure that out. And if it is, that's actually the highest point in Ohio, is where their prison anyway, the Southeastern Correctional Prison Institute, that's where that is. And it's a big windy, like we don't have hills or like mountains, or like we have hills here, not mountains, I mean. So like this makes you feel like you're on a mountain though, because you're going around in circles. That's where I think they're either housed at right now, or they would be if they are convicted. Like you ain't running away from that place. Look at Elizabeth. Like her head's down. She looks scared. Grandma, I don't know. She doesn't really, not so much. I mean, she's kind of prepared. She got her socks on and everything. I wonder what time they got there that morning. Wonder what her shirt says too. I would love to know. It probably says like, love is kind, love is, whatever. Love is patient. What does it say? Wait, it does say love one. Hold on. Love one another, y'all. Is that what that says? Is that really what this woman's shirt says? Love one another, y'all. Unless it says fall. Love one another, fall. I don't think that'd be. I think it'd be y'all. She'd be wearing the shirt. I knew it had something to do with love on there. And then, who is this on her shirt? It's like, looks, I don't know. Just curious. And then this is the part, I think, This is like right where we saw. Yeah. Like, look, I mean, I don't know. Is she walking away because she has to walk away? But man. And look how big the shoes are on her feet. Look at them shoes. She's just telling her the rules. These be the rules, man. These be the rules. I got to check you. She's probably like, you had 16 kids? 18 kids, actually? 19 maybe? Hey, Monchichi. Thank you for the $1.99. I appreciate that. How are you? It's good to see you. Yelly. Granny's like, I've been here before. I've done this. Oh, you know what? I did that again where I'll just duplicate it and go back. Let me put her link in here again too. This is Plunder. There's no audio if you're wondering why I'm talking over it. I'm not talking over them. That would just be rude. Yeah, those are definitely her clothes. See, I'm so okay, I'm confused because this is what they're arrested in. Her shirt is gray. Like even I don't know about old man. What was he wearing? I can't remember even what he was wearing. I think he was wearing a different shirt. So are these like not their I don't know. Will someone help me? I'm confused. Because normally you don't change clothes. This ain't a fashion show. You don't change clothes in the jail other than to put on them pretty scrubs they give you. Let me see, actually. I want to be able to tell you guys. Okay. So, because I knew that green, so if you see somebody and I mean, you won't because they're in jail, but if people that are in green in jail in Ohio, they're normally there for a misdemeanor. Blue, normally they're there for felony. Normally they're like offenses to where they're going to get out of jail, nonviolent crimes. So if they're wearing red or yellow, but red means that they are high risk, violent, or they are in disciplinary segregation, like lockdown for rule violations. And then if you're doing double red, that often designates those facing severe violent charges like murder or attempted murder. And then yellow generally identifies inmates who require special handling but are not necessarily violent. This frequently includes individuals in protective custody, those on mental health or suicide watch, different prisons color. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to read that part. Okay, never mind. And then if they're like working outside, then they're like usually they have it on the back of their clothes. But I wanted to read you guys that. Oh, was it over? Oh, sorry. I was reading you guys that thing and it went over. Sorry about that. I have it on 1.25 speed. That's probably why. Okay. So then we're going to see him getting arrested. Like not getting arrested, but I think the transport. Oops. Let me see this one. Oh, hold on. So maybe they did. Okay. Who did he steal the wheelchair from? Because you saw that. We all saw it said property of something, but it looks like they're getting them out in it. This is going to take a minute. They got to, and then, down. I've been in those. Oh my gosh, it takes forever. Like, like when you're in, I feel bad for people that are in wheelchairs 24/7. I was only in one for 6 months and my God, the patience you have to have and like the patience with people. It's sad that you shouldn't have to have that, but you do. What are they doing to him? Did their machine break? Oh, there it is. I just saw him in it. So, see, okay. Sir, why are you even in the back hitch spot? Why would they? He didn't need to sit back there. He didn't need to. If anybody that's been in a wheelchair knows that you can transfer from a seat to your wheelchair, it's a transfer. This, you don't have to sit all the way back here, bruh. Unless you got an electric one back there. I want to see what they do with them. I mean, did they really need did he really need his wheelchair? Maybe they just didn't let him bring it. Or is Grandpa smarter than all of them? Because Grandpa's out in the hospital right now. You know what I mean? Like, because we all saw who, the Golden State Killer was, and he was an old man. I'm just saying, I'm not saying he killed him, but I'm just saying, like, old people can do things. Sometimes they be tricking us. Pretty talkative to that lady. So they just put him in the wheelchair. Okay. Maybe they don't let you take your wheelchair to jail. I'm wondering that. I'm wondering if, like, he didn't have a wheelchair at home, right? Or, I mean, I doubt he had one at home. Never mind. He didn't have one. What am I talking about? What am I talking about? There's no way that there was not a mess or a whatever in that house. We can't even deny that. There would be no way he'd be able to get a wheelchair around in there. There'd be no way. He must use a walker when he's at home, or like a cane of some sort. I would think a walker, because he really can't. I mean, if he can't walk like that, like, then he would need a walker. That's crazy. Okay, now we're going to see them get arrested. Well, booked in. Now let me, hold on a second there. Lynn, don't take a seat so fast. Okay. And then we'll see Lynn, and then we'll see Elizabeth come in. I was wondering what that was there. Now, I'm assuming these are holding cells all through here. Normally, when you're arrested, if you guys don't know this, which I think a lot of you do, but if you don't, when you're arrested, you get booked into jail. They will normally, nowadays, back in the day, you just knew people's phone number. You know what I mean? Like, or they probably had I think they probably had a phone book in there at one point, in time. But there's a phone in there, and it'll say, like, this is a call from the Southeastern Correctional Facility, in Nelsonville or whatever. That's what it would say. And you got a call from, and then you'd hear her say, Lynn, or whatever. So she can make as many phone calls as she wants when she gets in the holding cell. She can call lawyers. She can call, like, a bail bondsman, which, I mean, they needed cash, $300,000. But at this time, they didn't have a bond. I don't think so. Because, they hadn't seen the judge yet. So they're just getting booked in here, and then they probably will be put into one of these holding cells until they get put. I don't know why I forget. I can let this go. There's no talking. But then they'll come from the holding cell to where they're going to be in their pod. Now, you could tell she looks like she just got her hair washed because it looks a little wet. Right, Betsy? Yeah, it's going to definitely be cleaner, and they're going to expect you to keep it clean. Those inmates in there, that this is their home that these women are now coming into, right? They better keep their asses clean and their bunks clean, because, oh my gosh, People in jail want to keep their areas. They do. They want to keep them clean. I don't know if it's just something that's in, because when you go in, when you go to jail, like you have to do like chores and stuff in your pod in the mornings and stuff. So I don't know if it's from doing that and getting used to doing that, but yeah, they usually keep their stuff clean. I mean, even look at Austin Drummond and all the stuff that he had, all the ramen and all the food. Like it was literally looked like a little grocery store, They don't want no stinky ass people. No, Betsy. They will be mad. They will throw you in the shower. And they will ask you straight up as soon as you walk in there, even though you got a delousing bath, they're going to look at you and say, do you have lice? Let me check your head. Even if you say, I don't have any lice, let me check your head. And it'll probably be the biggest, baddest bitch in there saying it too. And you'll get your head checked. Because they don't want you bringing in lice neither. That's their home. Look at her just sitting there patiently waiting. Oh, she got her shoes on her feet on her shoes. She don't like that. Looks like her little foot's moving. Look at how old she looks. Like, if you didn't know the crime, you would feel awful for her. I mean, she looks like she could be someone's mother. I mean, she is someone's mother. You know what I mean? Like, for her age, she could be my mother. I couldn't imagine that. This stuff over here is probably the people that are getting ready to leave. They're probably getting ready to hear the best news of their life because they got the bags with their names in them. It looks like papers. They're probably going to say, Adam Smith. Big Bobby. Yeah. Adam Smith, you're going to go home today, Adam Smith. Or they'll just go in there and mess with you and be like, I'm just kidding. I don't think they would do that. No, they're wearing orange. Where's her friend? When does her friend come and join her? Oh, wait, is it her friend or husband that comes in here? I saw something over there, so I wasn't sure. She's just been sitting there this whole time. Oh, look, they're getting her bed ready. Oh, she's talking. She's like, I can't hear. She's saying, I can't hear. Yep, they're getting your bed ready for you. Hey, at least they didn't think she was going to off herself because they're giving her a blanket. If that's for her anyway, I don't know if it is. But what she's wearing, they're giving her clothes. So obviously they didn't think any of these defendants were going to harm themselves. They didn't think that with Brian Kohberger. They gave him the turtle suit. Remember that green thing he was wearing? Yeah. That's the S smock. That's the 5150 smock. Look, she's like, I'm getting it ready for you. Let me get you one for your daughter-in-law. I don't know if that's really what she's doing, but she'd just be sitting there. I thought I saw the other one come in with her. So then, yeah, she's just sitting there. Okay, we'll keep on cruising. We'll see if we see. I don't see her come in. Oh, wait, at the end. Look, it's literally like right at the end. There she is. Look at her. She isn't. Oh, man, oh. I'm so glad I don't break the law, But look, are they going to go ahead and put her in the cell? All right, they're walking her right by her mother-in-law. That's what they were doing. Oh, there she is. Okay. I think it's all just them sitting there, basically. So we'll just kind of. Oh, wait, he look, he said he wants to talk. Oh yeah, somebody was mentioning his arms or something, or someone's arms. That looks like I don't know, blood vessels busted. That can happen with older people. And look, his son just walked by. Hey, Dad. But yeah, that can happen with older people. They get those bruising. I don't know if that's exactly where it's from, but that's what my mom's was from. My mom used to have like get these bruises on her arms when she was getting sick, and she didn't realize she was getting sick, and they were so bad. Like if she even ran into something, like if she bumped like my microphone, it would leave a bruise. The dog jumped up on her one night and like tore her arm just by like her little claw. And it wasn't even like a sharp claw. It was a big, like, you know what I mean? Like a grown dog claw. Like it was, so that's, I mean, I don't know. That looks like the same. And it was because of stress. Could be unhealthy habits. So, but it does look like it's almost on both wrists. I mean, wonder what he's talking about. Well, he's not really talking about nothing. I think they're just booking him in at this point, maybe. Huh? He said, huh? Can you imagine? I mean, I wonder what men, I don't know how the men will, I mean, I don't know how the men will do, but the women are going to be having a hell of a time when they get to jail, which they're already in. If they, I mean, put them in general population, which I see no reason why they wouldn't really. Other than this is like a higher profile case now, but I don't really see them holding them in segregation. I really don't. Maybe we'll see if they do, but I don't know. Maybe they will out now that there's a non-dissemination order, but yeah, I couldn't imagine just sitting there in that chair just talking it up. Oh, he's talking about his heart. I wonder if that's what it had to do with. I don't know. Now something like, you know, your heart or cancer, it would have to be something big to get you out of jail into a hospital like that. And then not just like give you medication or something that's like non-narcotic and bring you back to the jail and let you have that as needed. You know, like, so I wonder, like, well, I'm curious to what it is. And I'm wondering if it's something even new that he had wrong with him. Like, I'm wondering if they got him over there and they were like, this dude looks like he's got jaundice or something. And all of a sudden they're testing him and he's got jaundice. He does look a little yellowish, doesn't he? On the side of his face, or is it just me? It could be just me, but he does look like he's. Yeah, Tammy, the handcuffs could have been too tight because they don't give a fudge. You'll be like, can you get them loose? Can I get them loose? And they'll be like, nah, we're just going down the road. Yeah, he ain't going to do well. And he will not survive in a prison. He won't even survive. I don't think, I'm sorry to say this, I don't think that he would survive even going through a trial, let alone getting into the jail. I think that he might be dead by then. You know what I mean? Like he looks very sickly. Like he doesn't look like he's older. He does not look good. And that house was built in 1900. I just thought of this. What if they've been inhaling like what's that crap called? They had it in our school. I just had it and I can't think of it. What's the stuff that they told everyone to get away from in like the 1970s? I keep thinking of it and I can't get the word out. But even black mold might be in there. Asbestos. Thank you, Bruce. I couldn't think of that. I was like, they ripped out our school was built in the 1900s, my high school, and they redid our high school with us in it. Come to find out, there was asbestos in the walls. Wonder if we're all going to get paid when we're like 80. You know, it'll be like this was the PV high school. Let's do like the initials. Look at him. He's just hanging. Still just hanging. That guy's chewing tobacco. Hey, you should not be doing that at work, sir. All right, oh, you wanted to go get a little energy drink because you need your energy. But what is that? Maybe it's not an energy drink. Okay, I'm just kind of skimming through. Let's see if, oh, maybe I'll fall asleep. I would. I mean, he sits there for 20 minutes. Where's she going? What's she doing? I'm just kidding. Let's see if she comes back. Oh, she just wanted to get something off the printer, I think. I mean, he already looks bored. He's probably used to being at home in his recliner that has never been vacuumed under since 1900. And, he just sits there with his legs propped up and, watches his TV. I could see him being an Andy Griffith kind of guy, like an Andy Griffith, He's the one that's moved the most, I feel like. His wife kind of was very stoic, just sat there. He's kind of moving around. Look, he don't know what to do. He wants to get up. He wants to walk around, but you can't. Now look at him. I'm sorry. This is this is not a man that is used to being in a wheelchair. Okay? This is not. No, you can't pay me enough. Look at he's literally all over this chair. Hold on. Like he goes to the front, he goes to the back, he goes to the side, he goes to the other side. Like he just does not like this chair. Like, see him here? His back probably hurts because he's been sitting down for so long. And then he's like, well, geez, I'll just do this. What do these do? Look, those are the brakes. Yep, they're the brakes. Yep. Are you testing it out? Trying it out? I mean, yeah, I think that he can walk. Look at this. Oh, I thought he was scratching his foot. Hold on. I thought I saw him. I'm seeing stuff now. Yeah, he's. I mean, there are people that are out there that just need a wheelchair because they're a little heavier or something, But this guy ain't it. I did like how he went back and he's reclining now. Look, he's wanting that recliner. His back's used to that recliner. This guy's over here spitting his tobacco out. If I was you, old man, I'd tell. I'm telling. If you don't get me out of here. Man, maybe there was the handcuffs. But it looks like in multiple spots. And then there's them again. Oh, he taking a nap. His eyes are closed. Oh, no, they weren't. Yeah, I think they were, though. I think they were. I think he just opened them because he probably heard her coming. He's probably like, oh, man, not her again. Oh. She's like, hello, sir. I'll be wheeling you over. We're taking you to the big holding cell. Okay, so then we got Junior here. He reminds me of somebody that we've covered. Like like an older case or something. It'll probably come to me tonight at like 5 a.m. and then I'll like shoot awake and be like, oh, say the name. I can't remember it now. But this lady right here, she looked familiar. I feel like I know that lady from somewhere. Because where I grew up is not far. And I mean, like I told you guys before, the prison's right there. I don't know if the jail and the prison are on the same hill. I just cannot remember that. But if they are, then I've been up there plenty of times. I've driven up to that prison 100 times. I used to know a corrections officer that worked at one, or at this one, actually, specifically. I think it's actually in Lancaster. Thanks, Tammy. Yeah, hit the like button for me, actually, guys. Hey, Lenore, I didn't see ya. Hey, Jolene. Yeah. Well, I don't know if it was when he was being arrested or when he was going into the court. One of the two. Yeah. They said that he fell but then they took him to the hospital and then they found out that he had like some sort of health problem also. So now they're leaving him there to be treated for that. Oh, I don't know, Betsy. I'm lying about the recliner. I don't know if he really has a recliner. I'm just assuming. A lot of older men have recliners. My mom tried to get my dad one. He didn't like it. He thought he wanted one. Hey, Miss Bree. Hello, everyone from Newton, West Virginia. Hey, Crystal. I can find. I mean, I will find somebody that knows them. I will find somebody that knows these people. Do I need to? Oh, look at him. What is he showing him? Are you trying to say these guys hurt you? Oh, is that a bruise? Or is that a tattoo? Hold on. Okay, either he's checking them and he's asking about tattoos. I don't see a tattoo there, but it does look like something's there. Unless it's a very faded tattoo. Could be. But he looks like he's like looking at his arm. Like he got hurt. Oh, I hope that's what he's saying. Oh, I hope it is. But I don't know. Is that a tattoo on his wrist? No. I have my iPad over here so I can zoom in. Oh, wait. Maybe he is showing tattoos. I think that is what he's doing. But I think they're like, are they just so faded? I have never seen a person with dry skin like this man's elbows in my life. Did you see his elbows? We need to get you some moisturizer. But I think that's what he's doing, maybe. Because they will ask you, like, what kind of tattoos, if you have any tattoos. And he's in the orange. So red or orange is high risk, violent, or who are in disciplinary segregation. So double red is people that are facing the most severe violent charges like murder or attempted murder. Okay, I was just double reading. Okay, so basically they're just going to sit here. I'm just going to kind of... Okay, so he must be hot. I don't know. Why is he touching his leg like that? What is he doing? What the... Oh! Did he just wave to her? Oh, you ain't allowed to do that in jail. Oh, you going to get in trouble, bro. Oh, no one was in there to see you do it? That's what it was. No one was in there to see him be doing that shit. Look at him being a sneaky snake. He knows damn well he can't be turning around in that chair, first off. Second off, you can't be turning around looking at another inmate that's a female and waving to her. I doubt that's dad he's waving to. Look, he would not have done that if dude was in the room. If that guy was in the room, if that corrections officer was still sitting there, he would have never... Should we tell him? Should we timestamp it and be like, you go over there and look at your video, bud, because he just disrespected you in your house. As soon as he walks away. Look, he's right there. There he is. Okay, look. He's being cool. He probably asked for something. Look, this guy's going to doing something, being cool. Not even out of the room. Let's see. 4 seconds. And he's waving. And he's going to probably start talking. Look, I'm going to look at his list. I swear to God, don't you do it. Oh, I have it on pause. Oh, no, that's just them. Oh, look at this guy. Wait, hold on. Slide on in there, big brah. Look at this. This guy's over here just trying to enjoy the fan. I don't think he knew he was there. Look at him. Okay, now. Can't be talking to her. Oh, I guess he's not going to say shit. Oh, he's going to tell his friend. Bro, you better tell him. Disrespected him when he walked away. Oh yeah, that was either Elizabeth or his mom. I'm gonna say that. I don't know. Actually, I can't tell you which one. I think he loves his mama just as much as he probably loves Elizabeth. Oh, Monji, that's exciting. Hey, Chris Diamond. Welcome in, everybody. If I didn't see you, hey, Ashley. Hey, Lynn. What's a black and white outfit striped? Or what's a black and white striped outfit in jail? I don't know. Was that supposed to be a joke? I don't know. I want to know. Scars, tattoos, any needle marks, and drug use. Oh, that's probably why I went out like this. I'm just saying. Hey, Jupe. Oh, no. I haven't heard that, Adam. But I mean, he was out there with his Willie out 4 different occasions. Like, oh my God. Like, people, like, criminals are so dumb. You're dumb. This guy, right, is supposedly hiding 16 kids, and 16 plus or whatever. That's what we know. 16 kids plus the 2 that passed away. But he's hiding 16 kids in a bedroom. My brain just went off. Okay, that's not good. Hold on. I'll tell you where we were. The Willie thing. Okay, yeah, Yeah, so he had his willy out. So that's going to bring the cops to your house, right? That's going to bring somebody over there. You can't just be outside all willy-nilly, like literally. I think that's what he had out because, I mean, indecent exposure. So somebody saw him like that. It looks like they don't live around a lot of people. And if they do, there's like trees and shrubbery on each side. So I don't know the cause of him to do that because we've never heard, like, according to his records, he's never been charged with this before. But he decides to do it on like 4 different occasions, all in the end of May. It's very weird. And he's trying to hide these kids, but he's bringing attention to himself. Like, I mean, and that's like the worst way possible. Like, hello, nice to meet you. Can I borrow some sugar? No, but like, here's my penis. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what was it? A neighbor? Was the officers surveilling him then? And I mean, why would he do it towards an officer? I don't know. That would be stupid. But that criminals are dumb. They're still just talking. Just going to fast forward him a little, see if he does anything productive. Man. Look at me. He's like, oh, man, I'm going to jail. I'm in jail. Does that guy leave again? He doesn't look back at her. See, the whole time this guy is here, he's not looking back at her. He's not talking to her. Oh, here she is. She's like, I'm ready to take you to the jail. Oh, I guess he's taking him. Oh, well, why? Okay. Why do you get to take him? And then this one's Elizabeth. Okay. So she got her hair wet because, she got her bath. I mean, that bath had to have felt good, right? Or shower. I mean, even if it was a delousing shower. They were like, we're scrubbing you, girl. No. The senior ones are probably the most out of control ones too. Oh man. Oh yeah, so the difference. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. No. So in Ohio, basically orange and red mean and yellow, they're like more for like high felonies, murder, stuff like that, or like high risk or violent crimes, which this would be a violent crime. Also if they're in blue, it's a felony, but that it usually means like they're going to be like, they could be bonded out though, or like or if they're in green, it's a misdemeanor. And those are the different colors: misdemeanor green, felony blue, orange, red, yellow. Then it's more for like high felonies, high risk, violent, or who are in disciplinary segregation. So, yeah. And then some of them, like, I don't know what jail it is. What jail is that uses like the pink handcuffs? I think it's a jail in Texas, I want to say. And then I think the uniforms for the men are actually black and like a pinkish colored stripe instead of like white and black striped. Yeah, I was wondering if, well, I don't know. That shirt's kind of big on her. It's hard to see her like stomach area. You know what I mean? Plus, she could be just like, she could be a person that holds babies, like, and you can't really tell. But she could have told them, like, hey, I'm pregnant. And that's why her clothes do appear to be like a little bit bigger. But then again, I don't know how tall she is to where like her arms would hit. Yeah, see, she's even feeling herself. She got her hair washed. I think she's crying. She don't have nobody there looking at. Nope. You were the first one up to the bat, honey. I'm pretty sure she was the first one up. Or no, maybe the mom. I think Lynn was first. Yeah, Lynn was first. I wonder if that's her property. Like, just seeing them bagging your property up, just like, oh, there it goes. You know what I mean? Like, I should do a poll and see if we believe Grandpa. Let me see. We'll do it like this. Okay. I think she's introducing the people that she came there with. She's like pointing that way. Okay. I didn't mean to stop it. I just was going to see. She looks a little overwhelmed. I mean, what are you going to do? You had locked 16 kids up in a room. Even if, like, did you not think the police were going to freaking find them? Like, that's the dumbest thing I heard, like, I've ever heard of. Like, if that was me and okay, let's say that we were doing this. We're going to say all of us. Let's say that we had 16 kids locked up in a room normally. I would be, if I saw the police, I'd be running to that door and opening it up, and I'd be like, kids, get out here and act like you usually are out here or something. You know what I mean? I wouldn't just lock them up. The police are going to find them. But they were so malnourished, she couldn't even do that, actually. 7 of them had to go to local hospitals. 2 of them had to be life flighted. So I believe Ohio State or one of the bigger hospitals. But they said trauma 1. I'm assuming Ohio State. Like, honey, you're not going to see your kids for a long time. Your kids may never want to see you again. Like, they may get that option when they're older, like 18. But I mean, I don't know. Even the 18-year-old couldn't even spell her name. Who's she looking for? She's looking for anybody. Look at her. She's like, did they all just leave? Did they only keep me? Where's the rest of them? I just don't think he would be able to get a wheelchair through that house, even if it was clean. It's hard to get around in a house. Even my apartment right now. Oh my gosh, this room alone, I would be just done for. I've got a big dog bed right here. It's okay. My dog just sat up and made a weird noise. What do you mean? We mean big dog bed. And then we have to get this other dog a new dog bed because she tore hers and I still haven't got her one. I've been a bad mom lately. Okay. Don't blame me. I got blankets on the floor for her, 2 throw blankets. So I would be tripping over that, which I did slide on that earlier today. And I thought I saw my life flash before my eyes. So there's those videos. So there's that. And then just to get around this corner would be hard. That, I'd have to go back and forth because our door's right here. And this is a long desk, it's a wide desk. I'm just, you know what I mean? It's hard to have a wheelchair. You can't have any throw rugs. So if you're one of those ladies that loves throw rugs, Ladybug, are you a lady that loves throw rugs? I could see you loving throw rugs. My mom loved throw rugs, but she couldn't have any after my accident. Poor mom. She had to get rid of them all. I was wanting to show you guys this other video. Yeah, go back. Okay. It took me back to my page. I hate when it does that. Okay. Here it is. I'm where did it go? Let me share the screen with you guys. That might help. Okay. So this is going to talk about what's been going on recently with the Sider family. Well, this just came out yesterday, I believe. I'll find out. Yeah, yesterday. Actually, I think it was last night when we were live. It was right before the live ended, I think, because I was like, oh, crap. And had already been on for a while. So I'm going to play it now. And I'll pause it here for commentary, all the things. Let me go back to Plunder really quick. So I want to get her actual channel link. Okay, this will work. So this is so Plunder has a second channel and it's a BodyCam video channel. And so here that's what we were watching the BodyCam videos from. I wasn't even aware that we were going to be able to get those just based on the fact that they just issued a gag order. She must have got her FOIA in there quick. She's extremely quick like that.
What we saw down here today is pure evil.
The headlines told the beginning of the story.
You have sort of the state apparatus attempting to, in some ways, try this case in the court of public opinion.
The courtroom will tell the rest. I'm Bryn Caswell.
And I'm Colin Dorsey. Join us as we continue following the Vinton County investigation, breaking down the facts, tracking every development, and separating what's known from what's still unanswered.
This sounds like a very troubling case.
It'll show.
You're listening to The Hidden Children on Omer Street, Episode 2.
Thanks for joining us for a 10 TV special, The Hidden Children on Omer Street. I'm Colin Dorsey.
And I'm Bryn Caswell. Welcome to episode 2. As we continue to learn more information, we will be keeping all of you updated. So on June 30th, let's go back. A law enforcement executed a search warrant at 182 Omer Street and removed 16 siblings from inside. Their ages ranging from 18 months to 18 years old.
Right. And these children, along with the 4 adults that are now facing charges, were found in living conditions that law enforcement have described as, quote, deplorable and, quote, pure evil. Now, the children's grandparents and parents have been charged with 16 counts of child endangerment each. You see them on your screen here. 73-year-old Gary Siders Sr., 67-year-old Christina Siders, 36-year-old Gary Siders Jr., and 33-year-old Elizabeth Siders. Now, we do know that several of the children, after being found and taken by authorities, needed medical care. Some were in critical condition, and authorities say they could have died if they had been in that house for much longer.
Gary Siders Sr. has been released on a recognizance bond and is receiving medical treatment currently. The prosecutor could not share his condition, but said his treatment could have bankrupted the county, which is partially the reason he had been released. Attorney for Elizabeth Siders has requested she too be released on a recognizance bond and is told to.
It's crazy to me that they're like, oh, we're going to let him go because he'll bankrupt our county if we don't. Whatever it is that he has to be like cancer or like literally something with the heart. I don't know. What's something with the brain that's expensive? I mean, I'm just trying to think of the most expensive thing. Like, wonder what it'd be. Probably cancer.
TV that she has asked to see her children since she's been placed in jail. Now, right now, Vinton County Children's Services, they are working to place the children into foster care. They've not shared any public information, though, with us about the kids since the week that they were found.
Right. And child services advocates, along with local law enforcement, have assured us that these children are safe, but the immense amount of resources to suddenly place these 16 children all at once, especially in a county the size of Vinton County, fewer than 13,000 people, and also the county with, stacks up as number 8 for the lowest income in the state of Ohio. The resources needed for this and to find them in a county this size will be difficult.
It's expensive. We want to bring in 10 TV News reporter Carla Rogner now. Carla, you've been boots on the ground in Vinton County since we found out about these 16 children living in this house. And the biggest question a lot of people have is how are basically 20 people living in a house of that size? In 10 TV, we have obtained birth records for 15 of the 16 children, which is giving us a little more insight into where exactly these children were born. We do know there were twins born in 2022. What can you tell us about these findings?
That don't make no sense. She said they got birth records for 15 of them. Hold on.
Records for 15 of the 16 children, which is giving us a little more insight into where exactly these children were born. We do know there were twins.
Okay, so 15 out of the 16 children, but technically she had 18 because of the twins. So we're missing records.
Born in 2022. What can you tell us about these findings?
Well, last time we talked, we didn't even know if they had birth records at all. And the prosecutor said that was something they were still looking into. So it's unclear why we're missing just one of those. It's a birth record for one of the twins that was born in 2022. But the biggest takeaway from these birth records is it tells us that all of these children were born in hospitals. So from 2008 to 2022, all of the children were born at the hospital Holzer in Gallipolis, Ohio, which is where the Siders family lived at that time. And then after that is when we have that birth record for those twins that sadly passed away in November of 2022. Those twins, they were born conjoined. They died about an hour after they were born, but they were born at Riverside Hospital here in Columbus.
So I'm assuming that she went to her regular OB and they were like, oh shit, no. Like they might not have known. I don't know how they wouldn't have known before she was going to give birth, but it almost seems like, or they decided it. I don't know. It just seems like to me like they would transfer her to that bigger hospital because of this, because they were conjoined.
And then the last two sets of twins, they were both born at Oblenis Hospital. That's over in Athens. So we have to remember that she had 3 sets of twins there in a row. And in addition, the twins that passed away. So 4 sets of twins, but all of them.
And those nurses, 3 sets of twins coming in. Okay. They're going to say, first off, there's the mom that had 2 sets of twins. Oh my gosh. There's the mom that has 3 sets. They're going to remember her.
Were born in hospitals.
Right. And some of your reporting and records requests over these really last 2 weeks have revealed some of the previous home addresses of the Siderses at the time of those births. But some of those requests also brought forward some new questions. What were you able to find out?
Yeah, well, these birth records have been really helpful for kind of trying to put some of these puzzle pieces together. And we know from authorities that they said that the family moved around a lot. And that's definitely what these birth records show. So I wrote down every time one of the children was born, they had to list their home address. And so from 2008 to 2019, or actually 2008 to 2022, the family had different addresses in Gallia County. So the first one in 2008, and then we only have their addresses beginning when the first child was born. But 2008, they lived at a home in Gallipolis, Ohio. And then the next year, when the next child was born, they moved. They moved to Bidwell, which is still in Gallia County. But they lived in that same home, which was interesting, from 2009 until 2016. And then there's another address in Bidwell, a new address in Gallipolis, and then an address in Cheshire. So a lot of moving around, like authorities said. We don't really know why. But the biggest question is, in 2022, Elizabeth gave birth to a set of twins at Holzer in Gallipolis, but their address is listed in Bloomer, Wisconsin. She gave birth in Ohio. So that's kind of a question of where that address came from. That's the furthest away. I mean, the rest of the addresses are in Southeast Ohio still. And then the last two sets of twins, when they were born, the first set of twins was in Cheshire, still in Gallia County, but it's only 2025 when those twins were born that they list an address in Hamden. And it's a different home than the home that these children were found in as well. It's just a little bit further up the road. So that's another question that we have, because authorities said it was.
Yeah, it was on Main Street. But the Wisconsin address, that guy, the reporter ends up calling him, and the guy was like, no one lived there. The house was ended up being demolished. I'm gonna let them out the door. I think they want to go. No, they don't. They're being weird. Okay. But yeah, so the reporter, I remember she says she called the Wisconsin the address. We heard that last night. So I don't know. Maybe she's going to get to it. But they lived in Pike County, where the Pike County massacre happened. If you guys heard about that case with the 8 family members that killed, the 5 family members that killed the 8 family members of the other family, one family and against another family. These are just wonderful counties down through there.
Their belief that they lived in that home in Hamden on Omer Street for the last 4 years. But according to these birth records, they were living in a different home.
Drugs have overtaken those little towns.
Over on Main Street at that time, just a year ago.
And as time's gone on, it's been about 2.5 weeks since this all came to light. We've learned a lot of new information. When this first came out, it was unclear if any of the children had ever attended school at all. But 10 TV was able to obtain records from Gallia County Juvenile Court. And that's when we learned that the state had filed some truancy complaints against the mother, Elizabeth, along with the father, Gary Jr., and the 6 oldest kids. These were all filed, October 19th, 2021. So yes, we know that there were the questions of, had any of these children gone to school, but how did nobody report them, and what kind of documentation is there now that we know that at least there are some truancy complaints out there?
And that's a big deal to note, that there was someone at some point who was keeping track of these children in the school system. And so the complicated thing is,
I'm gonna stop her there for a minute. Nobody was keeping track. The school keeps track. Yeah, I mean, obviously they keep track, but it's not like, somebody was doing anything about anything. They literally got truancy. They hid from the truancy police and the police. And then they said, well, we can't find them. Case closed. I mean, to me, that's failed. You failed them. You failed them. You're the first people to fail them. I mean, their parents obviously were, the grandparents were, and then all the people that came after them.
This was over at the Gallia County Local School District. They can't tell us much about the Sider family because of privacy laws. It's only because this court record was filed that we were able to obtain any of this. But October 2021, like you said, they sent a notice to Elizabeth, Gary, and 6 of the oldest children. They were about 7 to 13 at the time. And the district said that they hadn't shown up for any of the school year in October 21. So at that point, school had been in session for several weeks, and they hadn't shown up at all. But what happened is then a few months later, they have a follow-up in January, and they said that this matter was terminated because they couldn't find the whereabouts of these kids. They couldn't serve these notices. They couldn't do anything about the truancy request. So the big mystery is, where were they? Because according to the birth records at that time, they were still living in the address in Cheshire and Honeysuckle Drive, which is where the truancy notices were filed at. So that's a big question. And also, I talked to the Gallia superintendent just on background. He didn't want to speak on camera to us, or again, concerns about that privacy, but he explained to me the process for truancy. And he said that they have one person who kind of monitors attendance. And when children don't show up for school, of course, that's
the secretary. That's who be calling your house in the morning. You know, remember hearing her voice go, oh God, on the answering machine. I couldn't go to it fast enough to delete the message. Just delete it. Out of sight, out of mind.
reason for concern. So they file these truancy notices, but they'll also do wellness checks. They'll send a sheriff to check on the house, but if nobody's there, they can't do anything. And he said that they would keep trying to find the children unless one of two things happen. Either the children move out of state or there's reason to believe they've enrolled in another school district. And
you should have to see the children. What do you mean? If they move out of state? So I can go and let me just pretend I have little Johnny over here, right? And he's truant. I could just go kill little Johnny and they're not going to come looking for me. I could just say, me and little Johnny moved to Wisconsin. And they'll be like, oh yeah, that's what they did. No, you should have to see the child. That's what they did in Madalena Kojikari's case. They didn't see her, so they arrested the parents. The parents should have been arrested a long time ago, in my opinion.
they get that notification. But in this case, we don't really know how this all resolved or if it ever resolved.
So we do know the notice was terminated after 3 months. So
3 months.
What did the school have to say about not being able to find them?
Yeah.
Again, they couldn't really share any specific information. But what's also interesting is when we look at these birth records, they served the notice to the address that they were living at in Cheshire. But then 2022, which is a few months after they said they couldn't find the children in November, is when Elizabeth gave birth to another set of twins in Ohio, but listed their home address in Bloomer, Wisconsin. So that brings forth the question of, did the school district believe that they moved to Wisconsin? And is that why they couldn't track them? And we do know that, if they moved back to Ohio at any point, they never re-enrolled their kids in school. Vinton County says we have no records of these children. And at the time that they were found, authorities said that they were not in school.
Right, which kind of does support that claim that at least in their time in Vinton County for the past 4 years, there was no record of education. And that last attempt of some sort of enrollment was all the way back in 2021.
So that Bloomer address, though, is interesting. I want to kind of circle back to that Bloomer, Wisconsin address, because if that's the reason that the school district kind of couldn't find the kids because they believed they were living in Wisconsin, I did look into that address a little bit more. It's a rural part of Northwest Wisconsin where they said they were living. And I called the property owner and he said some interesting things that kind of bring some more questions forth. He said that in 2022, nobody was living at that property. In fact, it had been vacant since 2017 and they had demolished it around 2021, 2022.
Oh.
So there's a question, could they have been living there? I sent him pictures of them, their mugshots that we have. And he said he never seen those people before. And he said that his father would go and check on that property every week or so. So they would know if at that time it was a family of 14, they would have known if they were living there.
Right. And this was 4 years ago then. I mean,
Jupe?
do you think they were moving around all the time? Where do you think they were going to school then?
Well, we don't know.
Right.
I mean, the authorities are saying they weren't going to school.
Okay. So were they maybe homeschooled? We don't know.
We have no idea. And we don't know.
No. Would you trust your father that was 18? Actually, I'm not going to say that because my daddy didn't graduate high school. He was smart. But seriously, I wouldn't ask him to teach me anything. Like, I wouldn't ask him to teach me history, right? Like a whole history. No. The father was 18 years old and didn't pass 9th grade. And she dropped out in 8th grade. So they have an 8th grade, they have an 8th grade education. Between the both of them, they've got 8th grade educations. There's no way that they were teaching these kids. And if you do teach kids, if you do homeschooling, you still have to get it approved through the schools. You can't just grab your kid out of the school and say, I'm homeschooling them, bye. They're going to come to your house, the truancy.
What their schooling was like before that truancy report in 2021. We don't know if they were regular attenders of the school too, because the school can't tell us that information, unfortunately. But some of the youngest children, we don't know if they've ever been in the classroom. and we don't know what happened after that truancy notice.
That's sad.
All right, so let's talk about this house. Investigators have not released any official images from inside. We've obviously seen all the images from the outside, kind of the trash that's filling the yard, the caution tape that remains up. But if you've been on social media recently, you can see all of these images that look like they were taken from inside of the home. You guys have been down there. We don't know if these images are AI or if people have broken in, but obviously, William Archer, the Vinton County prosecutor, is speculating a little bit on that. You guys have been there to the house, Libby. I'm going to start with you. What have you been able to see from the inside?
I have a question. Why didn't they lock this house down like they did in Idaho? I mean, not like, well, just like they did, but do you know what I mean? Like, instead of just putting up some caution tape and then not leaving an officer there or anything, they should have had an officer there. I know they probably have 3 officers for the whole town, but put one of your 3 at the house. Like, I don't know. It's just, to me, I would have people there. Most definitely watching that house.
Well, I'll just say there is a lot of misinformation.
I'm sorry, one more time. Because the jury might actually want to view. They might want to view this. They might tell them no because this is contamination and biologicals and all that. But they might come back and say, well, we want to view it from the outside then and look through the windows or something. I don't know, but they might come back and say something like that.
Online, there is a lot of AI, but as you note, Bryn, it does seem that people have been going inside of the house, crossing that police tape illegally. We at 10 TV are not going to cross that line, obviously, but talking to neighbors too, they say they've seen people go inside of that house. So again, we can't verify what's true or not. We're not going to show that, but it's clear people are going inside. And I have also talked to neighbors who, just knowing so many people, even people coming from out of state, just to get a glimpse of this house, they've since installed some cameras on the sides of their home. I've seen some no trespassing signs put up. Those weren't there, 2 weeks ago, but now those are there because so many people are coming and unfortunately crossing that tape to the test of the authorities here.
And Carla, you've been there too. What have you seen?
Yeah, I mean, like she was saying, even 2 weeks later, we were there on Monday and it's still a constant stream of traffic and it's a dead end road. So people are just going to get a glimpse of the house. Some of them are just trying to understand how this happened. They want to see it. But a lot of people, I talked to someone who drove from an hour away just because they've been following the story and wanted to see it. And, there's that yellow tape all in front of the house still, and you can't see anything on the inside if you're standing in front of that tape. You'd have to walk past it, which is trespassing. There is a window that is broken, so I can see how people would be getting a look inside. But unfortunately, that's illegal, and we can't be doing that.
Yeah.
Well, look at that. I mean, we know this is real because this is from the outside to the inside. Maybe Grandpa didn't have a recliner.
And as we've talked with the prosecutor, William Archer, that people who are caught doing this can face some serious charges.
Yeah, he's saying don't do it. I stopped by the courthouse this week and got a quick chance to talk to him. Here's what he had to say.
People who are going onto Omer Street need to be aware it's potentially a trespassing charge and it could be a more serious obstruction charge. So
it's not a trespassing charge to go on the damn street, sir. I'm gonna back this up and I don't know who this guy is, but yeah. I'm going to go there just to go there now, sir. I'm going to go there just to go there now.
Got a quick chance to talk to him. Here's what he had to say.
I'm going to say, if you're on someone's private property, that could be trespassing. But if you were on a public easement or like the street there, like on the side of the street, you're good to go.
Who are going onto Omer Street need to be aware it's potentially a trespassing charge and it could be a more serious obstruction charge. So the best advice is stay off the property if you don't have permission from the owner to be there.
And your office is looking into these videos?
We are investigating potentially who has been going on the property, yes.
Archer would not confirm the authenticity of videos we showed him and said his office cannot share images from the inside as this investigation is ongoing.
There's a lot of AI stuff still going on out there. So we're still trying to sort out how much of this is real.
Yeah, so he brought up a good point. He didn't verify any of the images. We don't know what's AI. People are breaking in and, crossing that line, which is illegal. But this is still an active investigation. You can break the law if you cross over and you enter that house. So just disheartening. And again, you can't believe everything you see online.
Yeah, and that's what's important to note is no official photos of this house have been shared.
Mm-hmm.
I'll also just note, when you go down there, there is no deputy. There's no one guarding this home. And you can see how the police tape started 2 weeks ago. It's kind of fallen down, but it's kind of to show the resources of this county are stretched. They can't guard this home at all time. So authorities are counting on people to not cross that line.
That's how I've always been. That's how I said it even in Idaho. Like with the Idaho case, we in Ohio normally just put the crime scene tape up on the door, put the crime scene tape up around the house, and then they peace out. And then when they come back, if the tape has been cut, they know someone's been in there. You know what I mean? They go off of that. But Idaho kind of changed my mind on that kind of stuff because of the fact that they did kind of need to guard that house because people were going there and taking TikToks in front of it. I wouldn't be surprised if it happens in this one. If people are outside taking TikToks in front of this house. It's crazy. Over
the last 2.5 weeks, we've learned a lot of new information, and a lot of that information has come from Elizabeth Sider's defense attorney.
Right, because as we mentioned, we wanted to find out what was going on inside that home. Her attorney, Tommy Stoley, was able to answer some of those questions. We found out a lot of new information with what he had to say.
Is it your understanding that the kids were forced to stay inside?
I don't think we've seen any evidence to prove that. There's been no evidence to suggest that there were any restraints in the home, that the children were locked or forced to remain in the 12 by 12 room. I think this is one of the things that's been really sensationalized on the internet.
Is it your understanding that she wanted to be pregnant this many times and give birth to this many children?
So what she's told me repeatedly is that she and Gary wanted a big family. I don't know if they wanted a family that was this big
family,
but they repeatedly said
this is a football team. Okay. You need what, 6 for a starting basketball or 5 or 6 for a starting basketball team. You got plenty of those. What? You wanted a big family? This isn't a big family, guys. This is a abuse. I don't even know. Sheesh. Really, how many kids could somebody have that? I hate to put people like this. I don't even know how you would even do this because you can't tell people that they can't have a bunch of babies. If they want to have 1 million, they can have 1 million. But I just feel like there should be some sort of okay, maybe not so many more if you're under a certain tax bracket. They're not even in a tax bracket. Neither of them work. I don't know. That to me, you're not giving the best for your child if you're not even trying, right? My parents were poor as shit when I was born. Okay. So I know, I don't know what it's like, but I do know what it's like. And my parents said, we're just going to have a baby because we want to have a baby. But they had 1. You know what I mean? They didn't go and have 16 of them. That's crazy to me to have 16 kids. I know you can't police anyone's body, but you know what I mean? I just wish that I don't know, not wish that either, but it's crazy to me to think that you can just have 16 kids. You don't put them in school. You don't get them medical other than when they're first born. They never go back to see a doctor. It's sad. It's abuse to me. And I feel like, why were you allowed? It's just why do it 16 times and abuse 16 different kids because, you wanted them? I don't know. That's greed almost to have that many.
She's repeatedly said to me that she wanted.
How are you going to care for each and every 16? How are you going to care for all 16 kids and give them all the same amount of love in one day, a 24-hour day? There's no way you'd be able to do that. That'd be crazy. Unless, you just don't ever work and you just spend all your time with your kids. You know what I mean? You wouldn't be able to give them individualized attention. Maybe a couple of them, few of them, yeah. But then what, I don't know. It's just really hard for me to comprehend.
A big family. She said that kids are a gift from God.
Has she talked to you about how the kids were treated at all, how they fed them, or what the dynamic was like?
Cleanliness is next to holiness.
Inside of the home?
Absolutely. So, quite honestly, when I go into the jail, I've been there 3 times. Every time I go there, we end up talking about the kids for a significant portion of our visit. What she tells me is that the kids had phones. Some of them had social media, the older kids. I don't know how active they were on that social media, but she tells me that they had little inside jokes. And I think the big thing with that is it doesn't jive with the way that this case has been characterized in the public. Because when you use language like feral kids, you're imagining people that have been isolated away from human contact. People who have never interacted with any sort of social media, with the internet, with humans outside of their own home, or even humans in general, who are completely lack the ability to use language. There's nothing to suggest that that is the case here.
So the kids can communicate.
That's my understanding, yes.
So really, throughout these past couple weeks, the attorneys in this case, the prosecutors, law enforcement, for the most part, have been really forthcoming with information. But now a judge has granted a gag order. And what that means is that all of these people who we've been getting new information from for really the past 2.5 weeks can no longer speak to this case.
Right. Attorney R. Lee Roberts, who's representing Gary Jr., asked for this gag order because of concerns and comments made by law enforcement. We've heard it from AG Andy Wilson saying this is pure evil. We heard it from the Vinton County Sheriff describing the state of the children as,
I believe Lynn also.
The livestock has been kept better. And Gary Jr.'s attorney is arguing that this could really impact his right to a fair trial. So we know more information, but is this where it ends for now until we go to court?
It's really going to change how we get information. Again, like we just heard from Tommy Stolley, the attorneys in this case have been pretty good at communicating with us, sharing updates on their clients. And this is going to change a lot of things. And there is reason for this. We've heard it from several of the attorneys, not just Gary Jr.'s, but Elizabeth's attorney, Gary Sr.'s attorney. They've all had concerns with how this case has been portrayed so far by law enforcement, specifically the term pure evil. We've heard the term feral from law enforcement, and they take issue with that and how it could sway public opinion this early in the investigation. And in the motion, R. Lee Roberts, he's the attorney for Gary Siders Jr., the descriptions of the children that have been issued by the public officials involved in this case seek to do nothing other than inflame the heart and passion of the potential jurors. These concerns are amplified by the nature of the small community in which the instant case occurs. And it is a small community. Vinton County, if they ever do have to find a jury there, everyone there is talking about this case.
Right. And you have the gag order, Libby.
Yes. And to the point that it's a small county, I spoke to a volunteer firefighter who responded the day that these 16 kids, they say, were rescued. And he's also the clerk of courts for Vinton County. He spoke to me, and our interview is cited in this gag order. We spoke to him last week about those conditions. He talked about taking some of those children to the hospital that day. He says that they had blank expressions. He says that they had scratches or bug bites on them. He described a smell to them.
Whatever it may be, I don't know how to describe it. Just a mess. I think our Sheriff, Ryan King, he described it pretty well with our livestock live better when it comes to the environment around them than what these children were in.
The attorney for mom, Elizabeth Siders, meanwhile, says the case has been sensationalized and that his client keeps asking about her kids.
So Elizabeth has been getting care packages in jail. What does she do today? She brings out a letter and she said, is there any way for me to get some of these care package items to my kids? Because she's thinking about her kids in jail.
And the reason that he's in this gag order is because he's the clerk of courts. He's on this filing. There's going to be a lot of motions in these cases. This is the beginning of a long legal process. And Jeremiah Griffith, also this volunteer firefighter, is the clerk of courts. He's going to be dealing with all of these filings. So that's why Gary Siders Jr.'s attorney listed him along with the attorney general, along with the sheriff, as saying these comments could hurt his client's chances to a fair trial.
And we know right now that the other attorneys are checking if the defendants that this gag order also applies to them, correct?
Yes. So we heard from Dorian Baum. He's the attorney for Gary Sider Sr. And he said, because this was filed by Gary Jr.'s attorney, it silences the prosecutor, law enforcement, everyone, but they're not sure if it silences them. So they're checking on that.
Right. Because it's a difficult question to answer, because even though these are being tried as 4 separate cases, it's all intertwined.
Right. How do you talk about one of them without talking about all of them?
Right.
So that's the question. We don't know if we'll be able to hear from Tommy Stolle anymore, or Dorian Baum, or we haven't heard from Christina's attorney, but they're checking on that.
All right. And even with the new information that we've been able to obtain in the last week, we still do have a lot of unanswered questions. We do have some requests out there. For example, we do have requests out for the body-worn camera video from those with the Vinton County Sheriff's Office who went into that home that day, other first responders looking for that booking video of when they were booked into the Vinton County Jail, and then also any incident reports that were filed after this and also leading up to this.
And we know they want to have this trial in Vinton County, but these individuals haven't even been indicted yet.
Right. And we do know, because of the size of Vinton County, grand juries don't meet that often.
No, like every other month.
It's about an every other month thing. We would expect an indictment, if that happens, to come down in the next couple weeks.
So the big question a lot of people online still have been asking in the last 2 weeks is how to help these kids. We have heard from the state, and they say there really isn't a way to get donations directly to these kids right now. They're working to set up accounts, so hold off on those donations. But this week, the state did vote to give $1 million to these children. That'll go to their physical, mental health needs and anything that they need. But that money's only projected to last about a year or so. But they do have that aid for now. So it's a starting point.
Right. So again, this is now 2.5 weeks in.
That's actually not too bad for Ohio, because Ohio sucks at helping compensate victims. I'll say it.
We know about the gag order now. How this moves forward and the information we learn after this, I mean, it could be limited.
Question mark.
Big question mark.
Yeah.
So we're going to keep following this for you guys.
So that's going to...
Don't you worry, though. I'll make sure we're getting info. I'll make sure we're getting something. I'll go undercover. I could. Go undercover? Nah, they don't know me. I don't know, actually. I don't think anyone would know me anymore around here. Or around in that area anyway, because I never went to that area, only a few times. And I remember we went to the dollar store because I needed like bobby pins or something for my hair. I don't remember why I needed those. Or something. I needed something, and I think that's what it was. I don't remember. And I drove through the town. We stopped at the person I was with, their mother's work. I don't even remember where she worked. Hey, Felicity. Yeah. I don't think she homeschooled any of them kids. She couldn't even homeschool herself. I mean, she didn't even have a GED or any, like, I would never want to do that to my child if I did not have, I have a I have a bachelor's in criminal justice, and I graduated with a high 3.8, 3.9 grade point average. That's really good. I would never trust myself by myself to teach a child kindergarten through 12th. No way, Jose. No way. I couldn't give you this. I wouldn't be able to do the social skills that you would need. Just because being with a group of people and not just one-on-one, you know what I mean? I don't know. I did the homeschool thing. I know what the homeschool thing feels like, and it ain't good. It is in the long run, my opinion, from someone that was homeschooled and went to an actual school. Both. I did both. In high school, I did both. I would stay in high school. And the school I was in, I wouldn't trust my kids to go to a city school, because those city schools they'd be teaching you too much. But county school, not so bad, not so bad in Ohio. County schools are usually pretty good. They're usually just country folk that are sweet and nice, you know. And then you get into city schools, and those kids, woo, they'll fudge up your whole life in a period, and then be done with you. Yes, me too, Lynn. I couldn't homeschool. Just homeschooling and then doing the dinner, doing the and then if you are doing the activities, right, you're taking them to get the socialization, like the pool, like, the swimming pools that are like indoor, like what are they, like swim for tots or something like that. You know what I'm talking about, like the little places you could take your kids so they can get interaction with other kids. I think in Ohio, there's just not a lot of places to do that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how to explain it. You need to go to school in Ohio. You just go to school for your 12 years, get it over with, go to college. Because I even did my college online. I did it all online, and it was hard. And then when I got to college, it was even harder because I had to teach myself. Like you had your professors, you could ask them a question, but for the most part, you were like teaching yourself. They are so much better than city schools. My nephew, oh my God. My nephew is 12. He'll be 13 next month. And he's already saying he's 13. He told Vincent he was 13. Vincent was like, your nephew is 13. I'm like, he's 12. We were arguing about this the other day. I said, I know, because his birthday. And I said the date. And I said, he's going to be 13. He's going to be 13 this year. So he went to a city school and he was getting his little ass in trouble. He was. Say less, bring him to my house, right? Like, I'll teach him. But they had bought property out on this land, and they just built their first house out there. And it's like this, it's bigger than a tiny home, but it has the feel of a tiny home that's like extravagant. Like they be having the nicest little kitchen I've ever seen and the cutest little bathrooms and stuff. Like it's so nice. So my nephew's going to a city school that is like known for just being bad, just being a bad city school. And now he's going to be going to a county school, and I could not be happier. And he's playing football this year. What? I'll be there every Friday, every game, every away game. I don't care. I'll be at every game. So Friday nights, if you see me, it'll be at a football game. We'll have to do our lives during the day. But yeah, I'm excited for him because he's so good at sports. All my nieces and nephews are good at sports. And I'm glad that we have one more that can play, we got one more that can play football. And then they're all grown up. All my nieces and nephews. Now I have great nieces and nephews. I have a great niece, a great nephew, and I have a great nephew on the way. So, yeah. And then how you was taught in the 90s. Yeah. I was an 80s, 90s kid, and it's a lot different. There was somebody today talking about the Gen Z like stare. And I guess like when you ask like Gen Z, a lot of times, like, a question, or you walk up to them and ask them to like even just like cash you out at McDonald's, they like just stare at you like you're dumb. Like they don't know how to act. And I could see that. I let somebody go in front of me the other day. Like I stopped my car, let them turn. Not even I'm like, where the hell is my wave? You always give even if you're on the highway and you do this and you're not even looking because you're looking this way and you just do one of those numbers, they see it, you see it. It's just the thing to do. And in Ohio, we really do that a lot. And then I opened the door for someone the other day and they just walked on in. Not even a hello or a thank you or nothing. I was like, well, have a great day. I don't know if that happens to y'all, but I was like, man, I was like 2 for 2 this week. Math, I couldn't do it. I couldn't explain it to somebody else. Well, yeah, they solve their problems different. Yeah, they do. They do it different. Looking at their phones, that's what they're saying, Chris Diamonds. Yeah. That they're like, they're not used to interacting with people. And I guess we all kind of felt like that. We all almost felt, I think, a little Gen Z-ish right after COVID. Right? Or like right when they opened the doors and they let us go to Lowe's, Sam's Club, or Target, right? We were all like that. I remember one guy made a joke about toilet paper. This is when we were joking about toilet paper again. This was after the scare, right after it. So we're allowed to joke. But he just made a joke. He's like, "Oh, look, there's toilet paper," like something funny. I laughed so damn hard. Vincent looked at me like I was stupid. I was like, that guy just talked to us. I was like, that was a human interaction, human to human. Like, he said a joke, we laughed. It was like nice, I was like, oh, look at that. Because it was the first time it was like, it wasn't just me and Vincent going to the Lowe's together. I don't know about y'all, but we would stand we would stand in the line. Like, we're redoing everything. We would stand out there. You were a bartender? Went right back to it. Tony said, went right back to it. People need their drinks. They tried to do that. They tried to take our alcohol in the 20s. It didn't work out well, did it? I think they're going to be bringing the cursive back, I heard. My nephew has to learn it. They're going to be signing their names like freaking Gary Siders. You saw the signature. He printed it. I mean, everybody should know how at least do their name. At least your name. Because, I mean, you don't really use cursive all that much. I mean, unless that's the way you prefer to write, right? Like, I don't prefer to write in cursive. I write like a cursive. I write in cursive, but it's like half print, half cursive. It doesn't make much sense to anybody but myself. So, yeah. So I think they are bringing it back, cursive. I think that they are, because I know for a few years we didn't have it here, but we have it back here now. And I remember learning that, like, I think it was like kindergarten or first grade, or it was like one of the smaller grade, first grade, probably kindergarten is probably the ABCs and stuff, but maybe like first or second grade, you started learning cursive and you would learn it like in elementary. Yeah, you should still be able to do it. Maybe not all the letters, just maybe your name. Like, I don't know, because that's not like, I feel like there's more important things that kids could learn. But I mean, cursive is definitely one of them. I mean, I definitely think kids should learn cursive, but at least their name. But I think that, like, we were talking about like home ec last night, that one needs to come back. Sex education probably needs to come back. Especially with the kids nowadays seeing everything on the TikTok and it being right in front of you. I mean, no matter where you go. I get the weirdest ads, and I'm not looking at the stuff, so don't be saying that, but I be getting these weird ads on Facebook and they look like sexualized. And I'm like, why am I getting these ads? Because I don't ever get on Facebook. And don't be saying it's good stuff I'm looking at, because I don't be looking at that dirty stuff. Starting at 3rd grade, kids start learning cursive. So maybe that's when I think I started actually earlier than that. I think I knew it by 3rd grade. Maybe not. No, I had to have. I knew it because I went to a different school in 4th grade. I would have remembered if we were still doing cursive or something. Do you know what I mean? Like, but that was even hard, just moving schools. Third grade teaches cursive. That's awesome. I can't print neither. My handwriting is just junky. It's just trash. Like, most women or most girls have nice little handwriting. I was not that girl. My best friend was that girl. She did everything good. She still does. Bitch. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, but she wrote like the bubble, like the kind of like the bubbly letters. And I would try to copy that. And I'm like, I'm going to try to write bubbly. Oh gosh. Mine doesn't look good at all. Oh, hand-eye coordination is a gateway with the brain and higher concept learning. It's like, despite people not wanting to believe, body is direct connect to learning. I can see that, Kimberly. Yeah, that's my problem, because I don't have hand and eye coordination to save me for nothing. Oh, mechanical drawing. Is that like with mechanical pencils? Does that sound stupid? Or is it with like pencils? Just pencils in general, maybe not mechanical ones, but yeah. Like, is that like the where it's like with like the Like the pencil, yeah, just like the pencil and the paper. You had one, Ladybug? I should report him too. I just click out of Facebook. Because I saw one, I was like, dang, what am I watching? Because I'm like, if I'm seeing this, then my nephew might be seeing this. And if he's seeing this, I will die. I will die. Was it on YouTube or Facebook? Mine was on Facebook. But I don't get ads on YouTube. I have premium for you guys. Well, I mean for me too, because I mean I don't want to watch ads, but I definitely I wouldn't have a YouTube channel without premium. That would just be awful. Could you imagine that? Like my own ads coming through, like, hold a second, let me click that ad off. Well, does anybody have anything planned for tomorrow that's fun? Is it going to rain here? It rained here all day today. Oh, yummy. Vincent's bringing food home. I'm hungry. Actually, I was going to not eat anymore today because I ate like a pretty big lunch and then I was snacking all dang day. And I'm like, you better stop doing that. Because I'm not on a diet. I'm on a I work out to eat. That's what I told Vincent. I work out so I can eat what I want to eat. And I never had that problem before. I know. I was waiting on Cursed Diamonds to laugh at me. My jokes. That's probably not what it means. Oh, you took a writing class? Oh, I bet. Oh. You didn't visit your dad and your sisters? Oh, that sounds like fun. That sounds like a lot of fun, Lenore. I hope you have a good time. Oh, how many sisters do you have? Obviously more than one. I only have one brother. I don't think my mom could have put up with any more, though. I mean, she couldn't have. They thought about having another baby when she was 40, and I think the doctor told her like she was kind of too old to be doing that. But Nancy was 48 when she had twins. But no, now I don't have a little sister or little brother. Tomorrow, that sounds like fun. Well, I hope you have a great time. I hope everyone has a good time tomorrow. That's what I was doing. I was going to check the weather, and then I saw that Vincent was like, I'm getting Chipotle. I'm like, I'm hungry. We still have an air quality alert. Tomorrow is going to be beautiful. It's going to be 80 and sunny. Oh, I could see that. Well, thank you guys all for being here tonight. I appreciate it. I'll be back on tomorrow sometime. Maybe we might be able to do like a daytime live. Yeah, I'll have to check with the weather and see what it says in the morning because you know it's Ohio, so it changes every 5 seconds here. But thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it. Oh, you did say something. Scale drawing of a room details. Oh, yeah, no, it does. Kind of like mechanical engineering. Like that's what like don't they like I mean they draw or they like, you know, draw out the plans, right? Well, that's cool either way. I would like to get someone to just detail a room here, like this room, like sketch it out. I do actually want to get a picture of me and my father sketched out, like a big one, like have it big. I have to find someone that is really good at drawing. But thank you guys for being here tonight. I appreciate you so much. If you guys don't mind, will you take a second and just hit the like on the way out, subscribe to the channel. Make sure that if you subscribe, you hit the bell icon so you're alerted to upcoming live shows and videos that I put out. So I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Have a wonderful evening. Bye, guys.